The magic tool, a very important tool. We do have two, the regular one, that one, and the Magnum one. The magic tool allows you to take advantage of both sides of the feathers. Let me show you how that one works. Take a feather, take it by the tip, small section here, and then by doing that I put all the barbs 90 degrees from the stem. Then I use the appropriate table clip and I force it a little bit into the jaws of the table clip. Now as you see, both sides of the feather gets together. The only thing you have to do is to remove the excess here and here. As you see, the loss is really nothing. And then with the regular clip, you grab it that way. The stem is nicely straight, easy to trim off in one cut. This is the idea of the magic tool. But with the magic tool it can be 2 or 3 or 4 feathers together. That can be with CDC, with chicken knuckle, as well with fur, with marabou, with whatever you can combine together. So now let me show you with 3 different CDC feathers. So we have been putting the barb 90 degrees from the stems. Perfect. And then, so you take the first one down there, you grab the second one, you put it on top of the first one, then the third, and now I can grab all the stems together. Table clip. Getting through. Start always by the large section in first and then the other one. Then you trim on both sides and then transfer to the regular clip. Now as you see here, the stems are nicely lined up. That means that it is extremely easy to trim them off at once. And here again, as you see, the waste is nearly nothing. So first you put the thread like this on, you split the thread, and then you incorporate the hackle substitute. Then the first thing you have to do is to spin a little bit in your fingers. Then to secure the job, you take 10 centimeters out of the bobbin holder and spin the bobbin holder. Very simple caddies. Going first on the back, quickly on the front, and on the last third invite the fibers to go backwards to create the caddy swing shape. Whip finish. And the work is done. The only thing we have to do is to trim here and trim a little bit on the bottom. Now 2 CDCs and 1 coq de Leon powder feather. Same procedure, put the barb 90 degrees from the stem on the coq de Leon one, and then repeat the same procedure on the CDC. The first one and the second one, grab everything together, and then the table clip, drop in, and here you go. Now CDC and dubbing. So first you put a little bit of dubbing directly onto the table clip. Then you use your feather with the barb 90 degrees, and then you push everything at the same time in. Trim and transfer. Trim off the stem. The dubbing goes very close to the tying thread and the fibers are free. Quite interesting. Chickaboo now. Very interesting small marabou feathers. But here, as you see, the length of the fibers is much longer than here. I will show you another trick. So first, put about 90 degrees, remove the section you are not going to use, then you put it into the table clip. You have a long section and short section. So when you want to compensate that, instead of grabbing like this, you can grab with an angle. And now everything got the same length. You can even, if you find that those fibers are too long, use the second clip to shorter and then reshape, and then you can use it for a smaller hook. Partridge. This is typically a very weak tip and a very stiff stem. Here, as I need to use this section, I will even cut and put the feather that way. As the stem is too short, I will use now just a wire to incorporate the stem into the table clip like this. Now you can take the wire out and follow the same procedure. Collect like this and then trim off the stems. Simple. Now zongers, you can also use fur with the magic tool. You put the fur straight and then you incorporate into the table clip that way, trim both sides, and then transfer to the clip, and that way you can get rid of the skin, which is not so evident to cast, especially when it is wet. With the magic tool you can create a lot of different patterns using different feathers together, whatever the amount is, different colors together, but you can also incorporate synthetic material and even some flash like this that you will put onto the table clip first. For the larger feathers like the marabou, which are pretty big, there is another one. The name of that one is the magic tool Magnum, and that will allow you to make large streamers and even saltwater pattern. So I'm sure with the magic tool you will create your own pattern the way you want.